For the rear differential, we have the fill plug, and down here we have the drain plug. This is going to take a 24 millimeter, and we will start with the fill plug to make sure we can fill it up after we drain it out. I'll start by spraying plenty of liquid wrench, letting it sit for a little bit on both plugs. I'll be using a cheap Chicago Electric in-pack Harbor Freight. Make sure to keep this washer that comes out, because that is what you need to make the seal. So go ahead and I'll clean that up.
I had to jack up the back of the truck just a little bit. I was also doing some front end CV axles, so I wanted to jack up the back so I could fit my impact gun. I really recommend using an impact gun for all of this. The drain plug has a magnet at the bottom, so make sure to clean any metal shavings off of that and just clean it up really good.
I'm going to try and fish out that washer. I'm just going to use this funnel, and we'll just pour this oil into this container here. There it is. We're going to start by putting the drain plug back in. That's going to be the one with the magnet. Don't forget your crush washer. Have the flat side that's going in. We're going to torque this to 36 foot-pounds. So I will be using Master Pro Full Synthetic SAE 75W-90 GL5. Now they did have some Lucas and they did have some Mobile One, but they only had like one or two. So this is what I went for. I picked it up at O'Reilly's. I will also be using this.
Unfortunately, the pump I picked up did not fit inside the bottle I got, so make sure your pump fits inside your bottle. Make this job a lot easier. Luckily, there's a little straw extension that I was able to add, and I made it work.
So note to self, get one pump that will fit inside the bottles you're going to use, but I'll make this one work. And we should use almost 3 quarts of this, but we're just basically going to fill it up until it starts coming out. You see it keeps running over right there, so we are full. Go ahead and put the plug back in. Make sure you have your lock washer on there. And 36 foot-pounds. There it is. When you go back to install, it does have these that hang, so you can hang it up there.
So on the top we have the fill plug, and we'll be taking that out first just to make sure we can fill it back up. And if we move around to the bottom, we have the drain plug. I recommend spraying these down very well, maybe even a few days advanced every day, to make sure that they do come out. Use a 10mm hex socket to remove the fill plug. Do not try to use a breaker bar, especially if you have an older truck. you have a great chance of stripping it out.
10mm hex. I got an adapter here. I have a swivel. This is made specifically for an impact. It's power torque impact. I got this at O'Reilly's. I'm going to attach it. Put my adapter on. And then this is adapted here. And then my swivel head. And I'm going to be using a impact right here. To improve my odds, I'm going to use this just to get any gunk I can out of the hole. And then use a paper towel and just try to make sure all that PB blaster I sprayed in there is gone before attempting to impact this out.
Here I am tapping it with a hammer, not hard, but I just want to make sure that hex socket is all the way in there and in there good before I hit it.
So here is the crush washer that came out, so we'll go ahead, we'll clean that up. And the bolt went flying somewhere too. Go ahead and get your oil pan ready to catch the oil.
Here I am cleaning the gunk out after I sprayed it, and I'll shorten this up, but I basically was not able to get it the first time. I sprayed more PB blaster on it, waited 20 minutes, tried it again, didn't work. I went and got a different electric impact, it didn't work. And then I finally got a air impact and had about 130 pounds, 140 pounds in the compressor, and it spun off. So I just was slow, I took my time because these can get stuck.
So here's the drain plug. I'm going to do the same thing, clean out this magnet down here at the bottom. So my washer ended up being stuck up in there. And I'm just going to carefully clean out this rim. Cleaned up the washer really good. And we're going to tighten this up to 48. 48 foot-pounds, that's what we're going with. There it is. Okie doke, same method as before. Let's go ahead and stick that in there. Pump it on in. And she's starting to run out. So we will call that good. And the top one will be torqued to 29 foot-pounds.